So my opponent's claim was that consumption of diet soda poses more of a health risk than consumption of naturally sweetened soda. And his secondary claims were chemicals in diet soda bring about adverse effects. Second one was consumption of diet or regular sodas encourages unhealthy habits. And the last one was diet soda leads to more weight gain than full calorie sodas. And my first claim in response to his secondary claim was chemicals in diet soda have been deemed safe for human consumption. And he targeted that these three artificial sweeteners, aspartame, sucralose, and acesulfame potassium, are unhealthy for human consumption. For aspartame, the European Food and Safety Authority has done a study twice on this to see the safety of this, and it stated that there is no indication of any genotoxic or carcinogenic potential of aspartame. And also there was a recent epidemiology study from the National Cancer Institute confirms previous study conclusions that there is no link between aspartame consumption and leukemias, lymphomas, and brain tumors. Sucralose is the second chemical that he found was unsafe, and I did my own study on this, and I looked at my protein powders and the sports drinks that I had, and they do contain sucralose. And I don't think that if it wasn't safe for human consumption, they wouldn't put it in those materials, because a lot of people actually use those. People that are very concerned with their health actually use that. And the FDA has also determined that sucralose is safe for human consumption and does not pose carcinogenic, reproductive, or neurological risk to humans based on over 100 research safety studies. And the last one, acesulfame potassium, has been approved by the FDA since 1988, and the FDA has set an acceptable daily intake of up to 15 milligrams per kilograms of body weight per day. And while it's true that it can cause headaches, depression, nausea, mental confusion, liver effects, kidney effects, and among other things, but those only happen if the intake exceeds the daily intake. My response to the second claim was diet sodas do not encourage unhealthy habits. And when you think of diet sodas, you think of the people, usually people that drink diet sodas are those that are weight conscious, overweight, or those that may already developed unhealthy habits. And according to Fowler, a professor, they stated that one possible part of the explanation is that people who see they are beginning to gain weight may be more likely to switch from regular to diet soda. But despite their switching, their weight may continue to grow for other reasons. So diet soft drink use is a marker for overweight and obesity. Some health experts speculate that while diet soda doesn't cause obesity, people who are starting to put on weight think choosing diet soda alone will stop the process. But the experts say this is a false logic because it ignores the true cause of weight gain, overeating, and poor eating. So it's not so much that diet soda encourages unhealthy habits, it's individuals and the habits they've already developed before consuming diet sodas. And my final claim to their third claim was weight gain cannot be solely blamed on diet sodas. And my opponent used the study by Fowler of 1,550 Houston, Texas residents between the ages of 25 to 64 for 7 to 8 years, and found that those that drank diet sodas had a higher risk of obesity. And Fowler agrees that this study does not prove that diet soda causes obesity, but does show that there is a substantial link between obesity and diet soda. This is correct, but not because of the chemicals in the diet soda, because diet soda caused the person to be, but not because of the chemicals in the diet soda, because the person doesn't cause the person to become obese, but because since the chemicals make the diet soda little to no calories, the body is being fooled to think it's getting the same calories as a regular soda, but it can't find those calories, so it makes up for those calories that were never there. The body still feels hungry, and the person will eat more. So it's just that there's something missing. So it's just like when you think of Coke Zero, it says the same great taste but 0 calories. So to make up for those 0 calories, you feel like you need to eat more. And And so in conclusion, diet sodas aren't that large of a health risk as people think it is.
All right. The main secondary claims and the main claim are laid out pretty well. I thought you had a good counterclaim on the first point. You basically went for defense of the three types of artificial sweeteners, and you did a good job in providing evidence on the first point especially, the second one as well. The third one I didn't think that your proof was as convincing on. And I thought the second point, for instance, there was one place where I think it begs the question. You say, well, if it wasn't good for you, they wouldn't be using it in all these, supplements. I'm going, well, that's a self-fulfilling prophecy right there. I don't think that that's true, but I like the FDA evidence on that point a lot better. I think the criteria on the third point, well, you kind of explain what the risk is and you try and minimize it. That was okay. The first point I thought was your strongest point. The second point analyzes some causality arguments, and I thought you did a pretty good job on that as well, although you kind of skipped through it. When you get to the third point, to me, the analysis that you have on this point actually supports the conclusion that the advocate's presenting. You're right, it's not that the particular things that they're doing, or the chemicals cause the weight gain, it's the way the people react to this situation, or the way the body reacts. And to me, that seems to be descriptive of the advocate's point, so I'm not sure that that point really contradicts that particular claim. It's well organized. You did a pretty good job presenting it. I like I said, the information that you had on the first point especially. I thought that was the most thorough response on that particular point. All right, thank you.